next speaker I have here, I'm also very proud to call Fred. And the speech you're going to hear here today from him, and when you see him, is what he does on the floor as the Senate minority leader, soon to be majority leader. If you all get out there and you vote correctly, the minority leader, Senator E.J. Pipkin.
Thank you and good evening. You know, this is indeed exciting. You are here on an historic day, an historic night. And you'll be able to remember tonight as one of those historic events in the political process. What am I talking about? What I'm talking about is the gentleman that occupies that house, the governor of the state of Maryland, Martin O'Malley, as of tonight, officially be blessed tomorrow in the Senate, and the House the day after that, is officially the $2 billion governor. The $2 billion governor. What am I talking about? Since Governor O'Malley came to power 6 years ago, he has increased your taxes with the special session, the 07 session, the alcohol tax, the flush tax, a number of fees, a $225 million toll hike. He has increased your tax bill $2 billion a year. Next time you see him, you can look at him and say, there was a $6 billion man, but in the state of Maryland, there is a $2 billion governor. And he's it, because he increased your taxes. Now you need to know on your way back, your long trip down to Annapolis today, this didn't have to be that way. It just didn't have to be that way. First of all, the idea that a budget that increases $700 million is somehow a doomsday budget. You have to go back and think about this as you drive back and look at your own personal incomes and the friends and the family that you know. They're not seeing increases in their income. And as one of the people stopped me today and said, you know what, my income hasn't gone up, but my expenses are sure going up, and my taxes are going up. And the fact of the matter is, it doesn't have to be that way. So you need to know that the senators, and the delegates, the Republican senators and delegates today, in the Senate, we offered an alternative today. Basically said that from where we stand tonight, with the budget that we came in with before special session, all we had to do was cut 2% of spending. 2%, and you wouldn't have a tax increase, you wouldn't have the pension shift back to the counties, and you certainly would have closed the structural deficit. So when you read the paper tomorrow and you listen to the Democratic majority over here, supermajority, and the governor say, oh, we had to do it. We had to do a balanced approach, an investment approach. You need to know, you were here tonight to hear directly, that's not true. And we offered on the Senate floor today a detailed plan that said the 2% solution. And we went down and made the specific trims that we needed to make to be able to say, you know what, we didn't need to do it this way. So, ladies and gentlemen, please know that there are people down here that recognize the $2 billion governor. You need to know that there are people here every day putting better ideas. People came up to me today and said, why do you do this? Why in the world are you here? Why are when we come out here, we see a crowd like this, that people make the long trip, why are we here? You know what? Because they can take away our ability to win. They can have more numbers as far as the ideas of a tax and spend world, but one thing they can never, ever stop, and that's the idea that we can have better ideas than what's on the table, and we have the right to put them forward, and eventually our better ideas will win out. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for coming out tonight. When you see the $2 billion man, make sure you get that notice. But now, we're down here fighting for the next couple of days to get the word out and represent you. Thank you.
If you want to hear some real good fighting on the floor, listen to what happened today on the floor. You can go back and you can listen to that as EJ and the other senators stood up and they said that this was fiscally irresponsible, and they gave a great fight on the floor. And you can listen to this live, tell your friends, get out there and hear it, because the more we expose what's going on, the more people will show up out here, and the more likely we're going to stop some of this. Now, the Maryland House Delegates Tea Party Caucus sponsored this event, and we're very proud Thank you.